Yeah.
Barkley 2 has been dead for a while. It's just been officially confirmed as of now.
Turns out Barkley 2 was kind of like a huge scam.
So, the accounts coming out...
I use the word scam, by the way, because one of the lead developers calls it a scam.
The account of the story is coming out. Essentially, Josh Bossy has posted on Twitter that Barkley 2 has been officially confirmed dead. I feel compelled to tell as many people as possible. Rip hoops. And we're watching screenshots of a forum post where insiders and people that worked on the game...
describing every single part of the game's development as fucked. Yeah. Capital F fucked.
So, I mean, I can't go into all of it, but I'll say things such as it opens on the idea that Chef
Boyardee.
Chef vanished from the project 2.5 years ago. Tried contacting him multiple times, haven't received a response. Bort left around the same time to be a family man. The Kickstarter was not necessary in hindsight. A majority of the work on this game was unpaid. Myself, Bort, and Chef, this is Horatio talking, were originally the Barkley 1 creators. I didn't join the Kickstarter with them because I was aware of the many problems that could and did arise. I asked to join the project 3 years after the Kickstarter had little money and was in shambles. They were committed to trying to finish the game, set back by horrible management. I ended up quitting. The person who owns TOG, which is Tales of Games, is running it now, has nothing to do with Barkley 1 and zero game dev experience. He's a PR guy for Tales of Games. When I quit, Lazarul also quit. We were the only 2 remaining who understood the technical inner workings of this game. Laz worked on the project from the start, pro bono, and was tired of the nonsense as well. There's no incentive for Tales of Games, quote-unquote, or anyone attached to the Kickstarter to talk about this debacle.
They basically talk about how the Kickstarter was pointless because everyone who came onto the project was promised shares of future profits, which, if you're being promised shares of future profits, usually you don't need a salary, or you'll work a second job, whatever, because you're kicking in work to potentially big money later.
Effectively.
But as he describes, there's only so many fucking shares you can possibly give out to people as they come on the project. Eventually you hit an obvious wall where there's no more money to promise in the future.
Yeah. The sad part about every time something like this goes down, like a Kickstarter, like, goes up and people are like, God damn it, there goes another one. It was from the era of hot Kickstarters, or where they were at least cooling off, but not quite cold.
This is, I want to say, the third one that I've been burned on. And if I remember correctly, Liam got burned on all 3 as well, which is this one, Unsung Story, and Project Phoenix.
Did Ghost Song ever come out?
You'll have to check your pledge on that because I didn't back that one.
Well, yeah.
Right?
Just
these things are dead.
So here's the thing. What you just did is exactly what I was about to say, is there's always a list that people go, God damn it, add it to the list. This one's going down just like that and that and that. And then
everyone has their own little list now, too.
Yeah, and I saw one where someone went like, God damn it, this is now dead. We'll probably never see the light of day, just like Drift Stage. And I'm like, what the fuck happened to Drift Stage? I didn't hear anything about that. Right? So then you're just like, wait, what am I going? And then you're playing catch up.
You should probably check in on Drift Stage.
Yeah. And then I'm like, I
have my Drift Stage t-shirt. I love it.
I really do. That record behind me is great. So I'm like, what? I didn't hear anything about what? And then, you're just kind of like now on this fucking thing of going like, God damn it, man. So Barkley... apparently going through dev hell.
I can confirm to all of you. I was talking to Wolf yesterday, or John, whichever, and he was like, "Oh, when's?" I can't do an Irish accent.
That's not even remotely close.
Pat. When's Bloodstained coming out? I'm like, next week, bro. And he's like, "Oh, wow, Pip, nailed it."
The point of whatever you were trying to say was lost.
Bloodstain's coming out next week, so we can at least... It'd be tough to cancel now.
Yes, it would.
It'd be tough to have that go away now.
So, yeah, it really does suck because you're looking at a case of what is being considered mismanagement and funds getting fucking kickstartered as it happens. And then there was another thread.
There's a reason why a lot of people felt way more comfortable kicking in money to Kickstarters from companies that already existed.
Mm-hmm.
Like, a lot of people were disappointed with Broken Age, but that game did ship. Those Pillars games came out.
And so, meanwhile, the actual Tales of Games Twitter basically is kind of coming out and apologizing and kind of saying, like,
yeah, it's dead. It's really dead.
yeah,
That's true.
Basically, the schism is the great. It says, "Yep, the project's dead," and the great TOG schism is pretty accurate. What you've read about it, basically. So it's like, yep, everyone kind of split and went their own ways. Money might have been taken,
All right.
or at the very least burnt.
Now give the money back.
Well, that's the question, right? It's like, was the money, and what they basically said is like the people that backed it are owed at the very least a proof that the game exists, whether that's a demo or
every time
a
this
build.
every time this happens, it gets more and more complex as to whether or not you are paying for a product. Kickstarter says you totally have the right to sue people to not, if they did not deliver the promised goods after taking your money, that you can totally sue them, and the Kickstarter TOS does not indemnify people from you demanding your money back.
Someone shot out some stats and said of the 10% that fail, 13% get a refund.
Yeah.
So
Well, most of the time they fail because they ran out of money.
Yeah.
So there's no money to give
so
back
you're
to
not
you.
you're exactly, right? So that leads me to believe that it's like, okay, I feel like a compromise perhaps is release everything you've worked on.
I have a different compromise for you.
What's that?
The stocks.
As in, like,
Put them in the stocks
as
in the
s-
middle of town.
You don't mean the stock market.
No, I mean put them in a stock or a pillory
Mm-hmm.
in the middle of town so the townspeople may boo them.
Fresh tomatoes.
Fresh tomatoes provided. It would make people way more excited to donate to Kickstarter.
Someone says Ghost Song is 90% done, updated in March. Good to know.
Good.
Still waiting on it.
So this sucks for a number of reasons, and I'm gonna take my
Can I
shit. Sorry.
Can I guess the number one?
What's that?
Because apparently that live action create a character moment at PAX was one of the wildest, most fun things ever.
Yeah,
and
that was a total lie.
And that character sheet is now a collector's item.
Yeah, the character sheet I have, unfortunately, they were using like receipt paper. By the time I got home, it was a blank piece of receipt paper.
Jesus Christ! So you don't even have that anymore.
Yeah, it became just a faded receipt.
Well, now it's a memory.
Yeah. But the number one thing I'm going to take my shit-ass consumer hat off for a second for some compassion for good developers, and that is, let's take Ghost Song, for example. Let's assume that is the truth, that they have been diligently working on Ghost Song for many years now. This stuff, despite having literally nothing to do with Ghost Song at all, made you think that Ghost Song had been canceled.
Or in trouble some way.
Right? Just because it took a while.
Yep.
Through no fault of
Yep.
those guys' own.
Yep. Kickstarters are tethered emotionally.
To other Kickstarters.
Emotionally.
Yeah.
Because your commitments remind you of your other commitments.
And that sucks.
Yes. You are attached. If you put out a Kickstarter, you are attached to the successes and failures
Of all Kickstarters.
of all Kickstarters.
Hat in Time comes out. Hey, good for you.
Yeah.
Pillars comes out, and it's pretty good, but it's not the best.
Yeah.
Great. This shit happens, people start to doubt whether or not your game's going to come out at all.
I would probably say that Patreon is similar,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Where when Patreons start to not deliver on their promises
Yeah, when
or whatever.
iPatchWolf puts out a video and you're like, this video is even worse than the last one, you're even less likely to donate to Clemps.
And you want to go check up on your rewards
Yeah.
for like anybody that you've signed up for. So, yeah.
You should check out iPatchWolf's and Mr. Clemps' Patreons. They're both fantastic content creators. I just like to bust their balls.
In person, live now. So, but the idea is definitely that there's an emotional tether there, yeah, and it reminds you of the other things. And I don't know how about you, I haven't been back to look at my backed projects list in a very long time.
I went back and looked at that and saw games I forgot existed because they are
Exactly.
dead.
Exactly.
They are so dead.
I feel like there's nothing waiting back there but sadness and sorrow.
I backed Underworld Ascendancy.
There's it's nothing but sadness and sorrow back there,
Yeah.
right?
Or oh man, Shovel Knight's on there and Bloodstains, and you like, the
Yeah.
ones that came out.
Yeah. Shall we Shall we?
Shall we?
Shall I hurt myself live on stream?
Just make sure there's no payment details on
I'm
that.
certainly making sure there's no payment details available there. Let's see if I can. Let's see. Let me hurt myself live on stream.
I backed a lot of Kickstarters.
Yeah, me too. Me too. You know what? Maybe
I have at least 3 dead ones. You should probably just log into Kickstarter on your phone.
well, I can just look at it without dragging it up
Oh yeah.
to the screen. Okay, God.
Let me see if I can log into mine and do this as well.
Yeah, okay. Bushiden, the
what is
ninja
that?
action platformer, The Good Life, Fight Night's still coming along, Narita Boy, Kingdom Death Monster, Code Hardcore, Nello, Battle Chasers Night
Okay, Nello
War.
and Battle Chasers.
Those happened.
Those happen.
Yeah, those happened. I can confirm that Fight Night is still being made.
Yeah, I remember playing a build with it on the channel.
Yeah.
Saved. Okay, backed projects. Here we go. Here are my current backed projects. Let's take a look at this.
Ooh, Fire Tetris at Burning Man. Yeah, that happened.
Oh my god. I just checked out the Good Life pledge, and
Yeah.
it was in yen, but I didn't realize it was in yen. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I gave how much money? Oh, like $30. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. 33,000 yen. Yeah.
Okay,
Exactly.
let's see. Good Life,
yeah.
continuing on as normal. Divinity Original Sin 2, that came out, and then again, Battle Chasers. I never followed up with Richie Branson on that goddamn album.
Ukulele.
I should probably contact Richie
Yeah.
about From Underground to the Stars.
He's around. Ukulele. Combat Core. Power Drive 2000. Bloodstained. Slain.
Shenmue. Well, who knows at this point. Bloodstained. Underworld Ascendant. I don't know what's going on with that.
The Miskatonic. Strength of the Sword Ultimate.
Project Scissors came out.
Children of Morta.
I've never heard of most of these fucking games you bet.
Strafe. I played Strafe at PAX and it was good.
Shadowrun Hong Kong came out, and
Fucking Star Mazer. Star Mazer. Ugh. Thimbleweed Park.
Drift Stage.
Crossing Souls.
Uh-oh.
Cannon Busters, the animated series.
The last Drift Stage update was on April 9th of 2018.
The Air Umbrella. It is an umbrella that blows the wind out of your way
Shut up, dude.
by using air to push the water away.
Unsung Story, totally fucking dead. Kingdom Come, that came out.
Urbance.
Hyperlight Drifter came out.
Under the Dog, the anime.
Mighty Number 9,
Heart and Slash. Ghost Song.
Mighty Number 9 came out.
Shovel Knight.
Project Phoenix is dead as could ever be. Shovel Knight came out. Torment came out. Project Eternity came out. Shadowrun Returns came out. And Wasteland 2 came out.
Yeah.
And then there are 4 that I pledged and then failed or rescinded my pledge. I had pledged a higher amount to the Unsung Story before going, what am I doing? And going back to pledge like 20.
Yep.
I pledged $10 to Dive Kick, which got canceled.
Yep.
I pledged $30 to Cradle, which looked cool but got canceled. And I put in an order for the Ouya, and then later that day went, what the fuck am I doing?
Yep.
And canceled it.
Yep.
So I seem to have had a slightly better track record than you have.
Ghost Song is the second thing I ever backed. Right? It's first thing is Shovel Knight, second thing is Ghost Song. So that has been around since 2014, dude. 2014 is that fucking date on that. And then in the unsuccessful column, yeah, we're going down the list here. We got the Unholy Knight SNES fighting game, which was unsuccessful. We got Blubberbusters, a sci-fi combat platformer, got canceled. Don't even remember what that was. Some of these are gonna be exposed. Yeah, right. Well,
all that porno shit.
Some that I'm no worse.
Worse?
Red Ash.
You backed Red Ash, really?
I think when I think did we still believe around the
Oh
time?
no, that was very after the belief was dead.
Was it?
Yes, because that was like the biggest big sign of like, what the fuck are you doing? My number 9 isn't out yet. That was the rant that I did. Was what are you doing having another Kickstarter before the first Kickstarter game is out yet?
There was I don't remember. No, sorry. I know what you're talking about, and I remember us going like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Is this like another version of that? Did I actually? Because I remember being like, "What the fuck are you doing? Why is this on this list?" Was there one for the anime and then one for the game later or something like that? Does that make any sense?
Yeah, there was.
And the one that we were talking about was the initial one, and then later there was something. I think that's what it was. I think there was 2. And then there was the anime and then the game, and then we went, what the fuck, by the time that second one came around. I think that's how that went.
Oh, the Subverse Kickstarter period is over.
Shenmue 3.
They hit 1.7 million out of 100,000.
Override. Tetropolis. Pocket Rumble. Project Awakened. And, of course, Mighty Number 9.
Ugh.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, this list is going. This list is fucking going. And you know what's funny? At the top of that, there's a Kickstarter 10-year anniversary thing floating around. Like,
oh, man.
10 long fucking awesome years.
So I'll have to say that Kickstarter kind of panned out exactly as it was reasonable to expect. There was a bunch of good stuff, some real gems, and some scams. Or some tragedies, let's say.
It was...
Scamjities.
Yeah, but it's like a D20.
It was the best of times, it was the worst of times.
1 to 10 are like fail.
Yeah.
Like 11 to
15 are fine.
And like 16 to 20 are... you're gonna get something. You might not like what you get, but you're getting it.
You're gonna get it. Unless the sun stops you!
That's a 20.
That's a 20. That's
Yeah.
D20. That's a nat. That's a. Well, wouldn't that be a 1? That'd be a critical miss.
No, that's that's nailing it
That's
harder
a natural
than ever.
20.
Nailing
where the
it
sun
harder
comes
than
down
ever.
from the heavens, tell you not to release your Kickstarter product.
The gaseous ball in the sky is stopping you from making this game. All right. Anyway, Barkley 2 is dead.
It's fucking dead. And so is a bunch of other Kickstarter shit, apparently.